Hey, the apocalypse may have come when WikiHow created a TikTok account. You may not understand my reaction when I found out about its existence, but I have some story with WikiHow and TikTok. WikiHow has a reputation of a platform that makes a ridiculous extractions, such as how to hold in a poop. If you don't believe me, check that out. Now we have tutorials that are sometimes even crazier, because no matter how strange the video is, it will always be voiced by the calmest voice on the planet. I'll prove it to you right now. How to fart quietly.
Take slow, deep breaths and tense your abs. Release the gas as slowly as possible, so it makes less noise coming out. You can also try making another noise at the same time to cover the fart. For example, cough or scoot your chair a little as you let it rip.
Just imagine how you fart slowly and now you have the longest fart, so everyone could understand who did this. At that point, everybody knows that coughing and farting at the same time needs some skills. So I invented a better way. You just need to scream as loud as you can during your fart, only start a bit earlier. Now no one will notice what you have done, only that you're a bit crazy. But actually don't be scared to fart in front of people. Be proud of your creation. Now when we don't know who smells so bad, we need to check if it were ourselves. How to sneak a sniff test.
Sometimes a discreet sniff test is necessary. To do it without getting caught, try combining your sniffing with a casual movement that doesn't raise suspicion. For example, you could scratch your head, adjust your hair, or even pretend to adjust your clothing while taking a discreet sniff.
The methods of smelling your armpits unnoticeably are fine, but why would you need to do it in public? Even if you understand that you smell like onions, what can you do about it? Because of that, I started to have some doubts about why you need to smell your armpits. Maybe it's more an addiction than the way to fix something. This seems more realistic for me. Just listen how passionately he tells us the ways you can do it. It's more than just checking yourself. Now when we found out something new about society, I don't want to stop. How to fake a hickey.
If you want to fake a hickey and make it look convincing, use an empty plastic 2-liter bottle. Hold the bottle around the middle with both hands and squeeze it to push air out of the bottle. Keep applying steady pressure as you place the mouth of the bottle against your skin where you want the hickey to go.
This tutorial is for losers. If you're a true alpha, just take a vacuum cleaner and it will do all the job for you. But again, why would you need this? To prove to your classmates how cool you are? Then how are you going to prove to your parents that it was just a bottle or a vacuum cleaner? But be careful, better make them believe that it is a real one than that you are dumb. Well, at least they will never ask you to vacuum again. When the authors created that video, they already knew that it was a stupid idea. So there we have a video how to remove a hickey.
If you want to remove a hickey immediately, your best option is to hide it. Try wearing a turtleneck, collared shirt, or a cute scarf around your neck for a few days until the hickey fades on its own. You can also try covering up a fresh hickey with green concealer. If the hickey has faded to a yellow or greenish color, cover it up with a pink or peach concealer instead.
Nice hack, but didn't we make a hickey to show it off? Oh wait, I think this video is made for you to act natural. Like you never wanted to have a hickey, so now you walk mysteriously around the school with a scarf and bunch of color characters, waiting for everyone around to ask you what happened. Very smart, we are learning something. Just don't try to remove it too much to show it off longer. I think it's time for a very useful life hack. And please don't mind the robot voice.
Do you have a clogged toilet? Try these ways to unclog your toilet. 1. Pour baking soda and vinegar into your toilet, let it sit for an hour, and flush your toilet. 2. Let dish soap sit in your toilet, add hot water, and flush. 3. Break apart a wire coat hanger and use it as a snake.
It can have, but only if you have some specific things. But what would you do in this completely imaginary situation which never happened to me? What if you're in a hotel in Budapest and you don't have all of those things? And also, you didn't notice that the toilet is clogged, so you pooped in there. And when you try to flush, all of your poop start to get to the top of the toilet, spinning like snowflakes in blizzard. And now, full of shame, you walk to the reception desk, knowing that someone will look at the toilet full of your poopies. Next video. This has put me in a stress, and some people with the stress might have a twitching eye. I had that problem before in Budapest, but never knew that twitching eye could mean something in astrology.
Left eye twitching in a woman or girl can have a few different astrological meanings. Many people look at it as a good omen. It can also be a sign to focus on the present or let go of your worries about what others think. In some cultures, however, it's considered an ill omen or a sign of bad luck.
What I understood from this video, twitching eye can mean literally anything. This is how astrology works. But the strange thing is that only applies to a girl's left eye. So no good or bad luck for men and right eye. No matter what luck you've got, having a good kiss depends only on you. Wow, that was a bad transition for a new topic. How to practice kissing.
One easy option is to practice with your hands. Make an O with your left thumb and index finger and hook your right thumb through the O. Imagine your fingers are lips and practice kissing them. Another option is practicing with a piece of ripe, soft fruit.
This doesn't look like a good technique for kissing lips. I'm not trying to say anything, but are you sure it's just kissing? Look, apricot straightly associates with a butt, and this hand technique... For everyone who doesn't have women's right twitching eye, I have another way to predict your future. And for that you need an egg. How to read an egg cleanse.
To read an egg cleanse, do the cleanse and break the egg into your glass of water. Look sideways through the glass. If the water smells bad or looks bloody, this could be a sign that evil spirits are present.
Check the expiration date before doing it, or you will think that an evil spirit farted on your eggs. Actually, I think it would be a great horror movie. Before you have an urge to do this spiritual stuff because you feel like something is odd, learn how to know if you're irritating.
Pay attention to the way other people react to you. Do they frown a lot, roll their eyes, or look for excuses to avoid talking to you?
Also, the reason why everyone avoids you may be the way you try to smell your armpits everywhere. Of course you think you're sneaky, but try to go to shower every day. Or stop talking about your hickeys. It's weird. If you can't bear being less irritating, sometimes you might hear the phrase "shut up." But we're not some losers, we need to learn some perfect comebacks when someone tells us to shut up. Disclaimer, before saying any of this, think of how much you like being embarrassed.
Being told to shut up is frustrating, but it feels great to turn it around with a snappy comeback. Let them know they can't shut you down with a short and simple retort, like, "You first," "Make me," or a deadpan, "No." If you'd rather not sink to their level, try calmly saying, "Don't tell me to shut up," or "That's not an acceptable way to talk to me."
I like how they tell us to say those badass phrases like "you first," but then they say if you don't want to sink on their level, better say this. Even the creator thinks that it is a bad idea. But all of those phrases are useless, so I found a perfect answer in the comments. My dad owns Roblox. If you know a better answer, write it in the comments. And because you're already there, please like, share and subscribe. I am a small creator and it is really important for me. I think it's time to see some romantic tutorials. Like this one. How to sneak your arm around your date. I have only one theory why you want to be so sneaky. You will be a liar if you say that you've never been in such situation. When you got a booger out of your nose and now you don't know what to do with it, especially when you're on a date. So if you sneak your arm around your date, you can throw it away. Or at least wipe it down your date's jacket unnoticeably. Now let's see the techniques.
If you're sitting together, try the classic yawn and stretch maneuver. You can also try something a little more playful. For example, say something like, "If you were a pirate, would your parrot sit on this shoulder or this one?"
Wait, it's a romantic gesture. I didn't understand it again. All of these yawn techniques are very annoying and boring. But the bear thing is really great if you want to end your date as fast as you can. You need the next video if after all someone did this pickup thing with you. Believable excuses not to hang out with someone. First part we obviously skip because being honest is very boring.
It could be an emergency, an urgent appointment, or an unexpected visit from a family member. You can also say you're not feeling well.
A headache or grandma visiting you can work, but not for many times. Make a better strategy. Make your friend to cancel your plans. By saying that you want to hang out together with a guy who likes to scream while he farts. Or a pickup artist guy. Make your friends be visited by a grandma.
How you respond to a pic.
Here's another good way to cancel a meeting. Send in someone a pee-pee pic, even if you don't have one. But now we will learn how to respond to a pee-pee pic.
You can give them a compliment, like, "Looking good." Or respond with a positive emoji, like the heart eyes emoji.
The looking good comment on pee-pee pic is so silly, it's like to say, Oh, so cute. Respond by sending your PP and text. Great, but mine is bigger. Why can't we send an emoji when we're excited but no vomiting or surprised emojis for other situations? I think the best way to answer if you want him to delete it is to say, have you shown it to the doctor? No more questions, no more PP pics. We've learned how to deal with the new friends, but what do you do when you want to make your ex jealous? Of course you can do the previous method, but WikiHow suggests us another way.
Post some flattering pictures of yourself having fun with friends or your new crush. If something amazing is happening in your life, post about it on social media so your ex will know.
If you want to make your ex jealous, build your whole life around it. Every post on your social media should be about your life without them. What a great suggestion, that way you will never forget them. Making your ex jealous also means that you need to look fabulous. And there we have 2 videos on how to get a healthy glowing skin. The first video was created for guys, and the second on a pretty similar topic was created for girls. The reason I put them together is because for men they suggest taking a shower, or if you feel extra today, applying some moisturizer. But only if it doesn't hurt your masculinity, of course. But for women, video starts with a 100 steps skincare routine. Guys, I think it's time to concentrate on a real problem. For example, how to stop cursing. I don't think it's a real problem, only if you're possessed by some spirits that let you only curse while you talk. Or if you're in 7th grade and your cursing journey has only started.
Figure out what situations make you swear and try to remove yourself from them to gain better control over your language.
Avoid situations that make you curse, but what if it's everything? What do you say if you hit your leg? Or how do you describe your favorite meal?
You can also try pretending someone important, like your grandmother or your boss, is always listening and imagine their disapproval when you swear.
The worst thing you can do is always imagine that your grandma is watching over you. I think you know what difficulties you will have while pooping and how disapproving she would be. I'm not sure if these hacks were useful for you, but at least you know how to be embarrassing in so many ways now. I hope you understand better my feelings about WikiHow. And if you want to know more about this topic, check out my previous videos. And of course, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I am a small creator and it is really important for me. Bye!